Top of the morning, Coach Jack Daniels at the Boxers Trainers Channel. And top of the morning again, right? Look, man, I told y'all yesterday that I was going to entertain y'all today with some boxing. I try, as always, to be a man of my word, right? So this morning, we have taken the opportunities to do a little dig research wise, right? And the welterweight division, is anybody aware of who the IBF welterweight champion of the world is? You know what I mean? We know that Devin Haney is the WBO. We know that Mario Barrio is the WBC. And we know that Rolando Romero is WBA, right? But who is the IBF? I mean, I really didn't know until this morning who the IBF welterweight champion of the world was or is, right? And like, I always try to do an analogy in regards to how certain situations unfold, especially when it comes to those few boxers that seek gratefulness, right? And I'm specifically referring to Devin the Dream Haney. Devin the Dream Haney is in the welterweight division, right? He's already conquered the lightweight division in the sense that he was the youngest undisputed lightweight champion of the world, first of the four belt era, right? And Devin always talked about greatness. He wanted to be one of the great ones. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Devin the Dream Haney said, and I actually believe him, that he wants to be uh, in the mix with those at the top of the echelon of boxing when it comes to greatness, right? So, in order for Devin to become great, right, he has to crack a lot of ceilings, right, in regards to greatness, what it takes to be great, especially in the welterweight division, right? We already know that Thomas Wood Crawford has reached that plateau of greatness, right, that others behind him are still chasing. Thomas Crawford is three division undisputed champion of the world. The lightweight, junior welterweight, and the 168-pound super middleweight, undisputed champion of the world, right? So he's already stamped his seal on the door of greatness, right? But right now we're talking about Devin the Dream Haney. And what is Devin the Dream Haney's route to greatness? Right now, it's not, you know what I'm saying, a far fetched to say. It's not far fetched to say that he has to go through. Shout out to the chat, Jose. Ship will sell. Shout out to the chat, y'all. What's happening, brother? So it's not far fetched to say that Devin has to go through the IBF welterweight champion of the world in order to become undisputed in the welterweight division, right? So who the hell is Lewis Crocker? Lewis Crocker is the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. I just found that out this morning. I was like, after doing the research, I'm like, how did he get there, right? I didn't know who Lewis Crocker was until I went to research, right? Lewis Crocker is 20-0. I think like 15 by knockout, right? And he's a boxer puncher. You know what I mean? He can box a little bit, right? I'm not saying that he has gotten to the plateau where he's respected as one of the greats in this era, right? But I will say that Lewis Crocker is the welterweight champion of the world. And, right, what better way than to exploit his goodness or greatness, if that's what he is trying to pursue, than now, right? Given the fact that we know that again, Devin Dream Haney wants that belt. The IBF, the WBC, and the WBA. He has to go through those champions: Rolly Romero, uh, uh, Mario Barrios, and Lewis Crocker. Right. So that being his attempt to be great has to go through these guys. So we already know that. So what we're going to do is we want to know who he should fight next. In my opinion, I would go for the linkest link in the chain, which in my opinion would be Rolly Romero. Right, but a lot of people don't agree with that. Everybody is of the opinion. Well, I'll say most of the people are of the opinion that Rolando Rolly Romero has grown up to the point where he deserves a little respect in regards to his ability to box, right, or fight. Which one is it, right? Because there can't be two. He is now. He's his ability to fight because Rolando Rolly Romero is not a boxer. He's a fighter. He punches, right? That's his thing. He got to get a punch in order to win, right? I've made the distinction on numerous occasions between the boxer and the puncher. Definitely, Rolly Romero is in the category of a puncher, a fighter, right? So if I was Devin Haney, I would go through Rolly Romero. Shout out to Jose, absolutely correct. Rolly Romero is mediocre. He's got power, but that's it. And that's true. Factual. Shout out to Jose on that factual statement. That is true. But we have to give him credit for putting himself in the position where he became the WBA welterweight champion of the world, right? He beat up on Ryan Garcia. And you know what? I mean, I just hate that I got away from all this glorious content, right? Especially when it comes to Ryan Garcia, because it's just a lot of stuff that people are missing when it comes to Ryan Garcia. But we're not going to do it. We're going to do this another day. But I will say this before we end this conversation about Ryan Garcia. To me, and I constantly remind you people, I've been in the ring. You know, I know what it takes to be able to look and see greatness, right? Or a bum. Shout out to Jose. He did, absolutely. He did beat Ryan Garcia. We speaking of Road, he did. But I mean, do we want to put a whole bunch on that? Given Rolando Romero background and his history in the ring with people like Gervonta Tank Davis, what's that little short guy that just beat up on God dog it. Damn, I can't think of that cat. He just whooped on. No, not Rolly. He just whooped on the father's son team. The junior welterweight division. He just won that fight. Dog. That is Pitt. There you go. Thank you. Shout out to the shit was sell. Pit Bull. He just whooped Pit Bull. Now who did Pit Bull whoop? Not Rucker. Lamont Roast. God. Thanks, guys. Look, you're a lifesaver. Who is that? Shit will sell you a lifesaver, brother. Before I move forward, I still need your phone number, brother. You know what I mean? I still need to holler. But if you're in a position to get to the phone. Actually, who is this guy? Jose's 37-17. Who is this guy? Actually, he's absolutely right. In my opinion, I felt the same way. That fight. It was a good fight, but I think, in my opinion, I thought that Pitbull pulled that off. Oh, okay, Jose, the Mexican. Okay. The Mexican G, that's my partner there, man. You know that's my go-to guy when I when I need to get some answer or the ship will up. But lately they have been coming to my site because that's my fault because I haven't been coming on, right? But we're gonna change that pattern. We're gonna get busy in the boxing again, man. We're gonna start a whole bunch of mess. You know, so boxing is actually a bunch of mess, right? You know what I mean? It's about promoting who's the best fighter and creating a bunch of chaos. Boxing is chaotic. So we finna get really chaotic at the Boxing Trainers Challenge, y'all. Rockmose took the last rounds, but Pitbull dominated the first. That's true. That's true. The Mexican G. That is absolutely true, brother. You know what I mean? It was a good fight, but I just felt that Pitbull did enough to win that fight. Absolutely. I mean, these cats, you're correct, Triple Cell. Lamont wasn't dominant enough. And let me ask this in here. Let me throw this in there, right, for the sake of clarity. I felt like Pitbull landed the most impact punches. Right, I mean, he was all over Lamont Roach, but I don't know if the judges, you know, what I'm saying, obviously they didn't pursue that line of the contest, right, of the cleaner punches, right? Because I thought and feel like Lamont Roach wasn't as dominant with landing clean punches as Cruz was, right? I mean, I don't want to take anything from Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach is a pretty good fighter, although he was given all his credit because he actually beat, in my highly educated boxing opinion, he actually beat Gervonta Tank Davis, right? I'm contrary to the fact that taking a knee and all that, I still felt like he won. I felt like Lamont Roach beat Gervonta Tank Davis. You think so? Lamont Roach might be another Sean Porter. What? I mean, could you clarify that? What do you mean by that? What do you think about that? Can you clarify that, Triple Cell? Damn. But anyway, because you got, I got off track a little bit. We're talking about Devin Haney, man. Because I'm thinking like this, man. Devin Haney is my nephew, in my opinion. I love that kid, man. Oh, Sean Porter is a gatekeeper, skilled but missing something. Right. Oh, I agree. He's a gatekeeper of boxing. As this shit will sell, and I can agree with that. But Devin, look, man, Devin Dream Haney is a great boxer, right? And contrary to the fact that a lot of the boxing fans literally don't like Devin Haney, right? Devin Haney is a good kid, man. You know what I mean? And he's still growing. He's still learning life, right? And I think that before we prejudge him, as we constantly do, that we look at those attributes, right? He's a young man, you know what I'm saying? And contrary to the fact that his dad is kind of like his voice on a lot of issues, right? Devin Haney still has a voice, and he is starting to grow into his own manhood. Contrary to the fact that I believe that Bill Haney is doing a great job in reference to Devin Haney's success, right? Putting him in a position where he gets rewarded for his services rendered when it comes to pace, check, and pursuing greatness. I think Bill is doing a great job in that regard, right? But I'm just saying that I disagree. I think Devin needs to perceive greatness harder than than he is at this juncture, right? Because the kid has it in. His work ethic is beyond recognition to any other, right? That boy works out when he's preparing himself for a fight. Chip will sell. Devin needs the Ryan rematch to fix the blemish, right? I don't really totally agree with that because I don't think that Ryan Garcia is worth going through all the drama associated with Hey, Chip was there. I'm going to pin that, brother. I am going to pin that. I want to pin that message. Chip will sell there. That's what Chip will sell was said. And that's a brilliant concept, right? Why waste your time? And I think I told Bill that I did. Why waste your time on Ryan Garcia? Chose to keep it moving. You got momentum going in your favor. Why waste your time looking backwards over your shoulder at Ryan Garcia, right? I mean, it is what it is. Steroids or otherwise, it is what it is, right? The fact of the matter is that he lost to a certain degree to Ryan Garcia. And fortunately enough, for the eyes of the New York State Boxing Commission, they overturned that. Hey, great thing, right? I mean, what more can you ask for? Leave Ryan Garcia the hell alone. Ryan Garcia is not really in the best interest of boxing, right? I could literally throw him up under the bus and go to sleep the next day. That's what I feel about Ryan Garcia. He's just not worth it. He's just a piece of you know what to me, right? All the things that he's done and said over the years about different things that boxers just don't go into when it comes to racing, so that Ryan Garcia can go to hell. Ryan Garcia doesn't deserve, look at that. Ryan Garcia doesn't deserve another payday. And what do you think about that? Look, y'all, I got a lot of great stuff coming up this week, man, and I got to start preparing myself for it. Hey, Chip will sell, especially Jose, the next G. Man, hey, I got to get you back on the team, man. Y'all got to start participating again. I know I was out of line. I took a lot of time off, but I had to. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get around that. But I'm back. Wow. And I'm boxing. That being said, hit that subscription button, hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. And let me know if y'all knew about the IBF welterweight champion of the world and tell me who he is. That being said, I love you. Later.